completely assure you of that.
No, I agree, and thank you so much.
Right, Councillor Edgepool, can we try and
Thank you,
move
Chair.
this
Not
conclusion?
intending to extend this along. I just want to understand the nature of the report that's coming. Is it a report saying we can do this, or is it a report saying we can think about doing this? What you're expecting to happen in 7 days' time? And the second question, Chair, is if we are going to have a meeting in 7 days' time, could I also suggest that we defer the other items on this agenda for us to complete them then?
Right, we'll come on to the issue of the other items when we finish this one. So, is there a further motion that's for this evening? Councillor Ibrahim.
Yeah, I would like to propose that we support the proposals that we pass a motion to support in principle the proposal made by Councillor Ejiofor and seconded by Councillor Amin, and that we would like officers to come back to us on the 23rd of November with a clear set of financial information and a timeline for how this can be implemented or not.
Implemented by the 1st of February.
Well, I'm not clear how that differs from voting on the motion that you put forward. You're just adding a line saying, in principle, we support this.
Can I say how it differs, Councillor Mitchell? Because what's being proposed is that we implement. What I'm saying is that we support officers going forward for another week and coming back to us with what's been originally proposed is an implementation. So we would make a decision tonight and the council would be financially tied by it. What I'm proposing we do, and perhaps I need to repeat myself more clearly, that we support the proposal being made by Councillor Ejiofor and Councillor Amin and task officers with coming back to us on the 23rd of November with the information that will allow us to make an informed decision on the way forward.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Prince, is there any comments on that suggestion that we vote to support in principle the motion?
No, the only comment is, as Councillor Ibrahim has picked up, there is the divide between predetermination. So that needs to be borne clearly in mind. And the second point is, once I did think it through, I did have a quick conversation with Charlotte to see whether the 23rd was doable or not, and she says that it was. So with those two comments in mind, I'm comfortable with that.
Can we move to a vote on that then, in that case?
So that doesn't get us caught with predetermination, the nature of that particular motion. You're comfortable with that, Monisha?
I mean, if we include wording that's clear about the basis of our decision will be based on the information that we are asking officers to come to us with.
Yeah, that's the key point.
Can we just move to a vote then on that? Yeah. So, I haven't got it in writing, but all those in favour of the motion that Councillor Ibrahim has just put forward, then the in principle support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we need to defer?
Can I second that?
One?
Recorded vote, please, Chair.
Okay, right.
So do we can add your minute, like each individual can ask for their names to be put in the minutes if that's easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
State verbally if you want your vote to be specific.
Yeah.
Apologies, Fiona Ray, Principal Committee Coordinator. So any members, if you want your vote recorded, just verbally say so now. Sorry, I can't quite. People can't hear if you don't use the microphone.
So
On the 17th of March, all the votes were recorded, I noticed, by name. So can we have the same process again, please?
They're recording, yeah. So we only do that for full council meetings where you have, I think, is it 8 members standing in their place? That's when we do the named vote. Whereas for committee standing orders, it's as Fiona has set out, that individually you can ask for your names to be added to the record. Yeah.
that's fine.
Right,
So I would like my name recorded as in favour.
And myself, Fiona, please.
Would like to be recorded as in favour, please.
Me as well, please. Thank you.
For consistency, you can put mine down as well.
Thank you. And those against that proposal? And abstentions? Right, that is passed. Yes, happy to have my name recorded as abstaining. Now, colleagues, it is late. We have adjourned the meeting. I'm conscious that on item 12, which is split between a public part and an exempt part, my guess is there were people probably watching for the public part of that discussion, and my suggestion would be that we should proceed with that, and that we can then defer the exempt part. Possibly it could be added to the extra meeting we've now got on Tuesday next week. But I feel that having published the agenda, ideally we should proceed and conclude that item. Councillor Ejiofor.
With the extension of standing order, surely it is to deal with the item of business that was being discussed, which we've now concluded, and the fact that we have another meeting next week gives us the opportunity to discuss both the public part and the exempt part in the same meeting.
I don't believe that's the case, but I will seek advice on that.
Yeah. We've done an overall extension, so we can go past 10 o'clock, not just the item in hand.
I think the only thing I would say, Osha, is the rest of us are also very tired and we do other things. And I feel it's not fair for us to have a further discussion about something completely different again at this stage. And it will be helpful. And we've got another meeting next week to have both those items then.
Yeah.
Chair, can I propose the motion that we defer this item to the next meeting?
I'll second that.
Just a moment, can I just seek guidance on that in terms of the legitimacy of deferring that?
Chair, we just because the next meeting that we're having is next Tuesday, we're deeming this as a kind of adjournment so that we don't have to give the 5 days notice of the meeting. So that's the way of going about it. So you would have to you'd have to all agree to adjourn the meeting until next Tuesday, the 23rd of November.
Can I propose that we adjourn?
But just one moment, but they're just taking into account it's the chair's prerogative on standing orders, and the chair has put forward that the meeting should continue because we've got public that are waiting to watch this item. So I think consideration needs to be given to that.
Councillor Barnes.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, can we ask the public and get a response from them and make a decision to suit them and not us?
I suspect not, in that people viewing as members of the public are not able to speak to us. Members were who had joined the meeting. I mean, I'm in your hands on this. I am conscious of the time, but I'm also conscious there's a lot of public interest in the next item about Alexandra House, and I'm sure there will have been people watching to hear the discussion.
Chair, there was a motion being put forward, so can we please go to the motion first, please?
I mean,
the only other thing I was going to say, Chair, is you're reasonable about all these things, and you know that we have had a very, very long meeting, and it's about something quite important to many of us, and maybe not to everybody, but it's been very, very important to many of us. And what we don't want, and she's laughing, but what we don't want is to feel as if the issues that matter to us can now have been done with. Actually, for some of us, we are very tired. I'm very tired now. And I think it's been a really difficult decision and difficult discussion that we've had in the last hour or so. So I would ask if you can bear with us and please defer the meeting, so defer the item for the next meeting.
Can we just
Yeah,
defer-
no, can I ask that you ask people who are participating from the video stream to be aware that they can be seen by the public as well, and obviously to make sure that they're fully aware of that.
Absolutely. I think we all need to remember this is a meeting held in public. So
Including for those on the camera.
Exactly. So is the general mood of the meeting that we should adjourn to next Tuesday for for consideration of item 12, both the public part and the exempt part, as well as the discussion on Black Boy Lane? Is that would be acceptable? Is that the general view? Okay. Well, thank you very much for your attendance, and so we will confirm in writing the adjournment until next Tuesday. Thanks.